things going on in the West Ham world. Rumours, tittle-tattle, of course, and the normal stuff. The Jesse Lingard saga is, I say it's a saga, it's not really a saga, it's more a lack of any sort of news or movement at all. If you were to believe all the stories, he's signing a new contract with Man United, he's leaving Man United, he's signing for Leicester, he's signing for West Ham, he's going to see out his contract at Man United, he's going to rejoin us on loan, everything. So many things get reported that... everything is covered, isn't it? That's the thing. If you say everything is going to happen, you're going to be right. And that just seems to be what's happening with him. The truth of the matter is we don't know particularly how much chat. We haven't got a clue what's going on, really. So I'm looking at it, and I'm looking at the situation, and particularly with regard to the wages. The wages appears to be the story now. I think it's a non-story. You've got to remember, we've paid Chicharito 140 grand a week. Andy Carroll was on 90 grand a week. Apparently Yaremchuk, he's brother of Yaremchuk. He wouldn't be brother of Yaremchuk, would he? Because he'd also be called Yaremchuk. Yaremchuk he's probably unrelated totally. But anyway, Andrea Yaremchuk is apparently our highest earner. I was surprised to hear that. I don't think he was on tuppence, but I thought he was on sort of 70 grand a week, something like that. I don't know. What's Yaremchuk, 100 grand a week? If he is, how did that happen? I mean, that's a really weird one. And if you've also noticed recently, his agent has been saying he wants to stay at West Ham. He wants to stay at West Ham. Again, I think this is just... it's sales talk. It's agent talk. Why would he want to stay at West Ham? Clearly, you have a player there who, when he plays for his country, is the main man. He's not featuring, he's not part of the team at West Ham. He will not play much next season. Even if we're in Europe, he won't play much. He'll know that. It doesn't strike me as the kind of guy that wants to sit on a bench and not be involved. So I don't believe he wants to remain at West Ham. I believe that he's probably far more likely to want to be at another club where he's the main man. So the Dynamo Kiev link has been happening a little bit. I think that would appeal to him, to be the main man at Dynamo Kiev. This is brinksmanship at the moment, because obviously he'll earn a lot less at Dynamo Kiev than he will at West Ham. A deal will be struck. That's just what will happen. And we'll end up paying him a little bit to get rid of him, which will cover some of his wages. Kiev won't pay him quite as much as we were paying him, and that will happen. I'll be gobsmacked. To say this now, I'll be absolutely gobsmacked if Andrei Yaremchuk plays football for West Ham next season. And I don't mean the first game or the second game. I mean, once that window slams shut, August? Does it shut in August? Whenever. August, September. Whenever the window closes, I'd be amazed if Andrei Yaremchuk's still here. My gut tells me he's going. My gut's playing... my gut's playing funny. Never mind about what my gut's doing. My instinct and my intuition is telling me... I'm not sure about Lingard. The longer it goes on, the more I want him, but that's just human nature, isn't it? You want what you can't have in that respect. I like Pereira, you know this. Buendia's gone to Aston Villa now at 40 million. We were rumoured to be into him. I tell you this now, at 40 million, we were never going to be in for him. We can't compete with clubs that are going to pay 40 million for attacking midfielders. So they're both good players, Buendia and Pereira, but I still think Jesse Lingard's the best fit for us. I really do. He's a sure thing, right? I mean, he just is. I don't mean that he's a sure thing. He's like going to always score 9 goals in 16 games, whatever it might have been, right? I don't mean that. But I mean someone that fits into the system. He'll play well. He'll go through patches where he's in excellent form and can't miss the goal. He'll go through patches where he's quiet. The players that don't do that, I guess, are called Mbappe and Cristiano Ronaldo. And we can't afford players like that. In the main, a lot of our players are going to be streaky. Declan Rice isn't streaky. That's why he's an England international, I guess. And you don't always get a massive level of performance from everyone. I guess that's why we're so lucky with Souček and Soufal, who seem to have maintained a level of performance. Anyway, so my point is, I'd like to see Lingard arrive, but my gut. And it's not a panicking thing. My gut does wonder the longer it goes on. Because what is there to sort out in this? And it goes back to David Moyes taking his time to do something. So the narrative is at the moment is very much that David Moyes is in no hurry to make signings. Don't expect a signing until mid-July, we're told. David likes to take his time. Okay, yeah, I get that, and I can understand that, particularly bearing in mind he's out scouting at the Championship at the moment. But it's only to take your time over Lingard. Is there? I don't understand what the hold-up would be. David Moyes hasn't even got any part in negotiations. He can carry on doing his scouting for UEFA and stuff like that. Lingard doesn't really have to be negotiations. There's got to be no buttering up. We don't have to convince Lingard that West Ham's a good fit for him. We know that. We don't have to tell him all about the club. He knows about the club. All that stuff that you'd normally do with a player, show him the stadium, show him the training ground, convince him that you're going to play a style of football that is going to be suitable to the way that he wants to play. All that's done. It's literally just where is he gonna play? Man United, West Ham, or somewhere else? That's quick. Is that not quick to sort out? I mean, he's good. Surely he knows. Surely Manchester United know what they want to do. I thought Man United might want to sell him, but then with some of the old man, the old man, he pops on it from time to time. Father's Day yesterday. Happy Father's Day to all fathers and whatnot, and mothers, I guess. Happy Father's Day to all mothers. I don't know why. He popped over and he seems a bit worried about Lingard going back to Man United because Pogba only had a year left. He thought Pogba was going to see his deal out, and then they've really got no backup for Fernandes. So he thinks that Ollie may well try and persuade Lingard to stay. And so he's the reason. Actually, my old man is the reason my gut is funny this morning. There you go. I think it's a little bit, I don't worry, but there's an interesting thing going on there. But what I just don't understand why it's not getting wrapped up and sorted out quickly. I do find that quite strange. Other news, which I do have right here. Okay, we've been linked with a Calgary striker, Giovanni Simeone. All right, this is the son of Diego Simeone. No relation to Yaremchuk, right? 25 years of age, 6 goals in 33 appearances. Well, hold on a second. Let's just hold on. But we know that Moyes can get the very best out of players. I've watched this guy play though. He does like to be very central, and I have sort of dismissed a lot of players because I just don't think. I know what Gio says. He doesn't want to see Antonio out left. I get that. None of us do, but that's just the way Moyes plays. If we're going to sign a striker, I guess we've got to sign one of those. Look what he did with Arnautovic as well. Oh, I'm pleased to hear won't be coming at all, which is really good. I never believed that anyway. But apparently for this guy, for Simeone, we've made a loan to buy offer. A test. Try and then buy. Yeah, I think that might be a good idea on this. And it's one area where West Ham have been successful. Disastrous in signing players, you might say, in terms of Haller and Anderson and whatnot. Loan signings of late, we seem to do this well. So I don't mind us doing that at all. We've been linked with another player, Nahitan Nandez. And he's at the same club, actually. I've just noticed that. He's at the same club as Simeone, which is interesting. Apparently Bielsa's after the player as well, though. 30-odd million? Are we going to spend 30-odd million on a midfielder? I can't see it. If we ain't going to spend 25 million on Alex Crowell, we ain't going to spend £30 million on someone else. We keep getting linked. With Firpo. Junior Firpo. We discussed him the other day. I do like him. He looks good. He's linked with us in Southampton continually. I guess you'd think if it was made up stories, somebody would be chucking some other clubs there. Wasn't he linked to Crystal Palace, or whatever, or anyone else for that matter? Leicester, they get linked with everybody that we want. Why not Leicester? Interesting one, decent player. Just finally, the Odsonne Edouard. Have I got that wrong? Definitely. That keeps getting churned up and churned up. That's going to be interesting. The Celtic striker. Tarkowski's doing the news. I've spoken about him 2 or 3 times recently, so I won't go back into that. If anything happens, we'll know, won't we? It's just back on Roman Yaremchuk, and apparently West Ham are lining up an £18 million bid for Roman Yaremchuk. I don't know why they would know this. West Ham reportedly lined up a transfer for Ghent striker Roman Yaremchuk. I just said that, right? Reports claim the Hammers are serious about signing a 25-year-old this summer. It looks like they could do so for a fee of around 18 million. I don't know whether they've just made this up or what. again, they start talking about Adam Armstrong in there, which, as you know, I don't believe. I guess the only thing with Yaremchuk is, does this impact the dynamic of Yarmolenko? Does that change somehow? Does Yarmolenko turn around and say, no, don't go and sign for West Ham because you don't get played when you're there? Does he say, go and sign for West Ham? I've been there for the past couple of years. It's a really, really good club. Or do West Ham say to Yaremchuk, come and play for West Ham, we got Yarmolenko here, and it means we keep Yarmolenko. There's a very, very interesting dynamic with that. Look, he looks a good finisher. I'm undecided. He's not on my list of top 3. I was going to say, I haven't made up my list of top 3. If you watch these videos often enough, and some of you are mad enough to, you probably know my list of top 3 better than I do. And this guy ain't on it, but he looks all right. I'm not saying it's a bad strike. Do you remember we were linked with, what was his name, Maxi Gomez? I like this guy more than Maxi Gomez, which is not much, really, is it? That's not much at all. That's a bit like me saying I prefer pomegranate over avocado. It ain't saying a lot.